welcome to Tech Time Today. In this episode, we're going to be talking about another thing in the Lean Canvas, the unique value proposition. In the previous episodes, we talked about the problem and customer segments and the solution. Now we're talking about something that brings all of the three of those things together into kind of one simple statement, the unique value proposition. A really, really good unique value proposition has been tested, has been iterated over a number of different things to contain the core things of what is involved with the problem and what's the solution has. And most importantly, it clicks with your target customers. So when your target customers see those couple words, immediately they understand. They know what it's trying to solve. They know how your solution does it. I found it to be helpful to look at some examples. For Uber, the smartest way to get around. So these are, again, for each of these things, there's just a couple words. And I'm not saying that this is what the unique value proposition is today or what the company today would say it is. But at one point in time, this roughly was the UVP. When you look at these from another product or company, it's helpful to break down almost each word and think about what was involved with getting that, why they use this. So the smartest, why say the smartest? In all likelihood, they got feedback that the people who use Uber are the ones who like to think that they're smart. The other ways of getting around are dumb. And you don't want to be dumb, you want to be smart. And then let's look at the UVP for unbounce. Is A/B testing without the tech headaches. So what the unspoken thing that's implied here is that other A/B testing tools or A/B testing tools in general are difficult to use, that it's a pain to set it up. And as somebody who's used none of these tools, I think that's actually true. That's generally true, especially in the past. So Slack, be more productive at work with less effort. So you know right off the bat that this is a work tool because it has at work. So a lot of times you want to include different things as part of your UVP that for somebody who has no idea, so Slack is a very popular tool. Most people know what it is today. But let's say you go back to the days when Slack was first coming out and nobody knew what it was. There were tons of chat-based tools. If you just said, oh, this is a chat app, well, to be honest, most of the time I'd be thinking about the ways, 10 years ago I used Gchat and whatever else back then, G+. It was all for social reasons. It wasn't actually for work. So having that at work is like a key part of the UVP. Being more productive, that is also such an important part. That's the whole focus, is that this is a tool. This isn't a tool for messing around and having fun. It's for being productive. And the less effort one thing that a lot of times for work-based tools, things that are, let's just say, for example, Jira. Now, I don't want to wreck on any software, and I haven't used Jira recently, but at least 5 years ago or so, when I did use Jira, it was a work software that was a pain to use. It actually required a lot of effort in order to get the value out of it. So I also think it's important, and I think that there's a just general apprehension for people using new tools at work. Even if they say you'll be more productive, it'll be like, oh, well, if I invest all this time. No. You're going to be more productive with less effort. And the final one we'll look at is for Digit, save money without thinking about it. Clearly, saving money is the core goal or the one of the objectives, the problem you're trying to solve. And the concern that people have, which you're trying to address concerns and distinguish yourself, is, without thinking about it. So when I see that, I say oh, this is something that potentially I could sign up for and just start saving money without having to invest a lot of time into it. For example, Mint If you used Mint for budgeting 10 years ago or so, now it's shut down by Intuit. When it was alive, when it was popular, and I had used it too back in the day, but you would have to spend a lot of time to set things up, to create your budgets, to categorize things. Yes, in theory, you'll save money over time when you're after you're putting all of this work into it. But the idea of saving money without thinking about it, that is maybe somewhat unique. There are sort of three key things to have in your UVP. The end result the customer wants, which sort of has the problem and the solution sort of baked into it, but the end result, okay? The time period, is this going to be quick, or is this going to take some time? And most of the time you're trying to say how easy it is and how quick and that type of thing. So something related to time, because the user always has questions about that. And then address major common objections that come up. So when you're talking to users about the problem and your solution, and they typically will bring up concerns, like you'll ask them, okay, well, why wouldn't you use this solution for this problem? If you have this problem, this pain, why wouldn't you use this solution? And a lot of times they'll bring up different things they're thinking about, or things that have to be addressed before they're ready to jump in. So if there is like a common theme or something that comes up time and time and time again, you may want to include some part of your UVP to address that. So that's it for today. Hopefully that helps. If you have a UVP that you like from another company, from your company, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Enter your UVPs. I'll let you know what I think if you want my feedback, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again next time on Tech Time Today.